Hello guys, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on MVM.tf on the basics because I've been making a lot of missions, not even in MVM.tf, but not a lot of people do this, so I want at least to do some kind of tutorial. So, because there's not many resources for mission creators for TF2, TF2. So let's just jump into it. I don't have an exact script and also I'm sick, so this video is going to be amazing. So let's go from the basic UI elements about this. So here you have what robots and tanks you can put in your mission. You can just pick statistics, attributes, always pretty self-explanatory. Spawn with full charge makes them spawn with for example a full charge buff banner. Scale makes them bigger. 175 is for normal robots, normal giant robots. You don't want to go above 175 because then on some maps it can cause issues like not being able to go through things. You can choose a map, so that's nice. Also you have cosmetics, some don't work, but some will bug out, so it's just trial and error. But I like these headphones. Then you have skills, which you can learn about in more detailed stuff, but they are pretty self-explanatory. Then you have weapon restrictions, primary, secondary, melee, and all is all. So if you want the original, you can have that. After that, here you have behavior. None is basically the default. Get the bomb and get to the end of it and deploy it. Push is kind of ignore the bomb, but it won't ignore it entirely. It can accidentally pick it up, but push means it will go to the deploy point even if they don't have the bomb. Idler is broken, and the mobber is basically it will try to swarm you with other mobbers. That's basic, so it isn't that detailed, as I'm saying. Max vision range is how far it can see in hammer units, so 500 is not that big. Auto jump, this is in seconds, and it won't auto jump, but you need the auto jump. So we have just kind of created a robot, so let's give it some HP. So, and here you have the spawn modes. This is the default one in Rattenberg. This is from the flank. This is also the flank, but for chiefs, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Sentry Buster, Snipers, and Spies. So, next we have his entire thing. So, here you have the starting cache. Let's set it to 800. Fixed respawn time doesn't really matter. Advanced mission means it's gonna basically give you the achievements. Zombie boss basically means it's going to show its wave 666 and use the zombie models from I think it's Ghost Town. Bots can attack and spawn. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is also self-explanatory. So here you have the name. So how MVM.tf, well, how missions work is going to send subwaves. So that means I'm using this one, giant soldier, and it's wave 1 is giant. This isn't required, but it's extremely helpful. So this is the first thing. So let's send out 2 of them, total squad count. It's going to send 2 giant soldiers. Max active squads is going to restrict them to 1 squad. You always want squad spawn count at 1. Going above that, when you have if it was 2, it would just not work with 1 max. So let's send 1. Wait before spawn is self-explanatory, and wait between spawns is pretty interesting. Also, decimals in MVM.tf work like dots, so like that. but let's set it to 5. So here you have the templates. They're not bad, but I won't recommend getting used to them. Here you have the cache. That's going to drop from the sorted, so you have 2 divided, or you have 400 divided by 2, so each giant soldier will drop 200 cash. If you do 200 cash, each one will drop 100, etc. So, after that, we have basically a subwave of giant soldier. This is the name, and also there's like icons you can choose. You can choose custom icons if you're working with a server that has this, but that's more advanced, like it isn't hard. Also you can save and load. I won't do that today. So, attributes, probably the most important thing in custom MVM. So how you do this is basically you can search them up. See? And also it's case sensitive, so like blast is going to be here, but blast big is going to be blast radius increased. So let's just, you have to drag, drop it onto the weapon, and then like this will do half the damage, so I think at base it's 90 divided by 2, it's going to be 45 damage. So we have a giant, but it's going to go at the speed of a normal robot. So what do we do about that? Move speed. So what I recommend for normal giants is something between 0.25 or 0.4, but I just recommend doing 0.3. For more heavier, I recommend doing 0.2 and below, but after that it's going to be too slow. So now we have this. It's still going to get air blasted like normal. So air blast vulnerable multiplier, I could do 0.1. And also if you want more details about this, so like you can go here and then search up air blast and go find it, vulnerability. Yeah, so this is positive, but we're going negative. So what is it? So percentage reduction in air blast vulnerability. So 0.1 is like 10x resistance to it. And here we have like, this is incredibly useful, so I recommend looking at what this has. Like there's a lot of attributes, that's like thousands upon thousands. Oh, not really. This site's kind of broken, but whatever. What messed up those attacks so bad I had to reset. Whatever. So MVM.tf now is not perfect. Like sometimes things just break, but it's a good starting place. You will want to like use it as a base, but yeah, that's like about it. So I think we ended up here. Okay, so after that we have like description. This would be like the description of a wave. Like you don't really need this, and not really any sound. It's not really necessary. I'm just going to say it. So now we have the name of this subwave. So we copy it, we click on this, and then we have a new whole subwave, so we can wait. So here in wait for all spawned, after this giant soldier, the second one spawns, this subwave will immediately start. Well, not immediately, if you have wait before spawn, everything is counted in seconds almost. So let's try templates. Well, you can make templates yourself, which I can explain someday else, but you can basically just add, and you have basically a lot of things. But let's not do that, because I don't like just spamming templates, because like that takes the uniqueness out of custom missions just out. So Rattenberg. So let's talk about the filter button while we're going back. So here we have like missions, which are like add-ins, like snipers, spies, sentry busters, and engineers. So let's get the basics. So let's start with like spies. So begin it with, let's say with 1, and end that with like when you want them to end. Like if you want to have it universal forever wait, just do this. If you want it to end at like wave 3 and then at like 3 and or not now at 5, it will work. It's just MVM.tf is stupid, you know. So let's put this here. Initial cooldown. This is basically when the wave starts, it will count down to 30 seconds and will spawn 2 spies. After that, every 30 seconds it will spawn again 2 spies. You can make that 1, 1. So, you want to do spawn with mission spy, but if you have objective spy, it won't really matter where they spawn. This is basically they spawn in the map. So, let's see like snipers. Snipers are again very simple. You can do this, do that. Sentry busters again, although they have a bit more things to do. You see here, and here we have engineers. So, engineers are probably the most interesting, and I will talk about them. So, you can, these are the templates you can choose, but like reset. You see it will still have teleport to him. You will want to do like teleport to spawn bot, objective engineer, and nothing that matters. So, 1, 2, 10, and an engineer. So, we can choose a range, but it doesn't really matter. But, so we have an engineer. So what if we want to make the engineer empowered, like make him build faster with the range? Here, we can do that. Have him wear Texas 10 gallon, we can do that. Make his buildings more powerful. Well, you type in NG. I don't know why it's not NG, but whatever. So, NGL bonus. This is multiplicative, so doing like a level 3 have 216, this will be like 432, I'm not sure, but this will double the HP, triple and more. This is again multiplicative. This, if you do it this, it will fire 8 times slower, but if you do this, it will fire 2 times faster. So, here you have the radius. If you make it 2.5, it will decrease the radius and it will. So with this you can basically make sniper sentries. Of course you can make them disposable like mini sentries, but that doesn't really matter. So, now that we have a mission, basically, let's go over here this. So, MVM has like a limit of robots on the map like 24. So if you mess up and make it like more than 24 or something like that, I'm not sure about the exact number, it will just break. So let's try 40. So you see it will work, but if you do like 30, this will not work. So let's do 20. 1, 0.25, because let's give it a name. So now we can, what will be interesting? Let's try pyros and medics, it's a good combination. So here we have 2. So pyros will have like a 50 chance of air blasting on normal, or they won't. On easy they will not air blast at all, I'm not sure about normal, but on expert they will always air blast when they can. Like projectiles, etc. They will still attack if like they can still attack even if they're supposed to be air blasting, but that doesn't matter. So let's get them to flankers. So let's give them like a flagistinator so they can air blast, primary only, always crit. So we have a crit flag in this flog medzja pyro. So here we have the pyros, but the real attraction will be the medics. So if you want, they will prime use their medigun if they can. They will only use the syringe or crossbow if they are in danger, but like they won't use the bone set, so they won't try with Uber. So they will only use syringe guns or mediguns. So let's get them to primary only because I hate people. So spawn with full charge. This will mean that the medic spawns with 100% Uber charge. I think that's self-explanatory. So, but more important things. Heal rate. Here we have like how fast it will go. This will make it heal 2 times faster, I think. I hope I'm not wrong, but whatever. So, Uber. So, here we have Uber Charger bonus. This is multiplicative. Add Uber on hit. This can like go on like syringe guns if you're into that. And Uber duration bonus. This is in seconds. So, stock Uber is 8 seconds. So, this will last 10 seconds. Then we have like 5, this is charge 5 times faster. And there we have bot medic Uber threshold, health threshold. So, the medic will deploy Uber when they reach the health -1. So if we do 300, they will not deploy it immediately when they have Uber. But if you give them 301, they will. If they have Uber, of course. So, that's basically that. Overheal. Also, there's upgrades from stack MVM. So, like, if you give them overheal expert, this is basically the level, so, like, you can do calculations on. This is basically the level of the overheal expert upgrade, if they had it. There's, like, a lot of those things, but that doesn't really matter. So, let's cover more interesting things. Or not. So, here we have V1 support. So, here you click support. And the way how support works is basically it will give the cash, or not. If you have like 5 and you give them 50, only the 5 of the support will give 10 cash. But they will never stop spawning when they are free. So if you give them like 2 max active, only 2 will spawn, and after you kill 1 or 2, another 1 will spawn. So this is pretty helpful, like you can do anything. But it doesn't really matter, so let's just make these weaker. 0.3. And while we're on it, also you have heal on hit for these don't really make a difference, but like whatever. So let's heal like 5h. Yeah, sure. So thanks. So you basically just need this. So I recommend changing the name to like tank boss, and if you want like further description, just // and like anything you want. So I'll just it doesn't matter. So here you have the health. It basically is HP. Let's give it this. Here you have the speed and hammer units. 75 is basically like every stack tank in MVM. So let's give them like 250 because they have. This will produce fast tanks. And you have tank pass. This is, I think, the left one on Rattenberg and B is the right one, but it doesn't really matter, you will find out. And final tank skin starting pack is, well, no, final tank skin is basically just the white and black stripes on the tank. So that's like if you want to signify they have a fuck ton of HP. So let's make them 5, 1, 0.5. Well, it's not 5. And so I think this should work, yeah. And basically that's kind of the basics. You can explore on your own. Like, a lot of this is self-explanatory, but I'll go through it. So, spawn is full charge. I covered it basically. Even like if buff banner, yeah, that always crit. That's self-explanatory. Every shot will crit. Hold fire until full reload. So the robots will not attack with this attribute unless they have the full clip. Yeah, so basically if they don't have the full clip of ammo, they will not attack. So that's pretty helpful for some occasions. Remove on that. This is basically for missions with a lot of robots. It will basically delete their corpse if you kill them. It isn't really important. Suppress fire, I think that's broken. It never made a difference, and literally like no resources on this exist. Disable dodge, this is self-explanatory. If your robot is like expert or higher difficulty, they will try to dodge by default. If you do this, they will not. Become speculated on that. This is basically like remove the corpse. Retain buildings is for engineers. So basically, if the engineer dies, the buildings stay up. So that's very important. Mini boss. This I forgot this. Mini boss is basically the backstab and like if you have a giant robot, give them a mini boss. Because it will prevent one-shot backstabs. It will prevent like a lot of one-shot, flat to separate. It's basically a requirement for giants. And also it will make their icon red. Use boss health bar, pretty simple. It will just use the boss health bar. Teleport to hint, this is for teleporting engineers basically. Always fire weapon, pretty self-explanatory, it will always fire weapon. Ignore flag, this will basically make them ignore the bomb even if they pick it up accidentally. They can't pick it up even if they tried. Auto jump is for this. It's pretty important. If you don't have the auto jump, this will not work, but that's nice. You can also increase jump height and free jump height and console fall damage. So you can make like flying robots with airstrike, so that's nice. Air charge only. This is for demo man, unlike demo man only. So if the demo men like jump in the air, they will only jump in the air. This is basically like those samurai demos in Manhattan. So, vaccinator bullets, this is basically vaccinator. Vaccinator is pretty complex on its own, not even in MVM. Okay, what next? You can create a wave, and will be like after that. I forgot. Oh, whatever. Whatever. The spiral isn't broken. So let's do more interesting things. Met Spyro. No, after this, thanks. V1, and let's see. Heavy. So I want to showcase something interesting with Heavy. And you will want to do this for like April Fool's missions, like that. Override projectile type. Basically, this will shoot rockets at the same damage and rate as bullets boot splash damage. So basically, these rockets will not do 90 damage. They will do whatever the damage the Tommy slab does one bullet. This applies to syringe flares. One fair warning though, like if an item is affected by gravity, like the flare or syringe, it will basically have limited range. Stickies are nothing, so that's nice. So let's just give them a reduced rate of fire. But because if you do this, the server will definitely lag. So that's basically it. I'm gonna drink something. So basically, also somebody's drilling there, so that's nice. You can add your own. I recommend looking at these templates that the game provides. Let's see, like, yeah, samurai demo. So you can see how these samurai demos are made. Charge time, charge recharge, jump height, damage, this should be there, but whatever. Here you have table jump every 10 seconds, and you see, as I said, auto jump and air charge only. You can learn about a lot of robots, like I recommend if you're learning this, just look at the templates. You will be able to deduce what each stat does. Also, don't do Manhattan because that's hellish. If you're trying to do Manhattan, don't do it on MVM.tf. It will break things. This is a warning, okay? So, I think that's about it. Again, you can basically just give a sniper huntsman and it will work. But other than that, yeah, okay, so this mission is basically done. So, how do we put it in the game and then test it, if it works? So, let's see this generate button. Raten MVM raten workload pop file, this is a population file. Let's save this file, okay? I haven't used Firefox much, but whatever. Okay, so here we have it. You will want to go to this address, C program files 86, and if you don't in scripts have the population folder, create a population folder. It will work if you have it spelled right. So let's drag that over here. So, and let's give it a name. So, basically, burger. So this part is basically it's for MVM. This is the map. You have to spell it right. And after this is the name. So let's try like so. So we have MVM Rattenberg like and stuff. I will edit with Notepad because Notepad++, because I like it, but like you see this, if you're sending it away, I recommend you delete this. It's also done here. So these class icons, heavy weapons was taken out of the game since the Manhattan update. So basically just do heavy. It will show the missing texture icon, so maybe don't do that. Okay, this is basically it. Okay, I will go over to Team Fortress 2, so give me a moment. Okay, so how do you find your mission and play it? Well, if you did everything right, do map. If you don't have the developers council, just God bless you, but whatever. MVM Rattenberg. So it will load for a bit of time. So when you load this map and you have bots on the red team, go into training and like single player game with bots, set the bot count to 0 and then change map, change map, MVM and your map. That will basically ensure it works always. I have already done that. You basically have to do it one time. So, yeah. So, if something breaks, which I don't think it should, basically just ask around. Potatoes TF has like a Discord for mission creators. It's pretty large, okay. So we're here.
Hurry, get to an upgrade station.
So basically, okay, you're here on River. It's Village Vanguard. So, enable SVGs. One, it doesn't even matter, but okay. Call vote, change mission, and if you've done everything right, you should have a mission here. Call vote. It's vote issue, but it doesn't matter. See, we did zombie bots and it's wave 666. Okay, there's no errors. Okay, basically, so I basically made a script for myself to do mission testing, but do currency give like your amount, and you can basically buy everything for testing. But yeah, and like, and you basically test if your mission works, if it's balanced or not, and if you have a server, just try it there. It's really kind of simple, but yeah. If you want the script, I will help you in the description. First person, F4. I always love doing this. So, if we did everything right, let's see what happens. Oh, nice. So, these spirals I don't think are. And also, if you don't change, if we look here and look, this is support, yeah? See, this is support. And you, yeah? Here is the soldier. This is, see, he's the first one and he spawns first. So, you see, giant soldier. He does like 45 damage, so it worked. So let's just kill him. It won't work. And you see, the second bar spawned, so the medics and pyros are coming. So let's see them carry the bomb away. The engineer bot should start spawning, question mark. I think they should. You see, they trigger Uber even if they're not. You see here. 301. Oh god. I did not expect to die. What did I do wrong? Alright, I forgot to buy resistances. Whatever. Just buy them if you can. It doesn't even matter.
An engineer bot.
Yeah, see, an engineer bot.
Destroy it before it builds a teleporter.
Con 52. Yeah. Yeah, see, they air blast rockets, and basically everything should work, provided you You can also do this if you're scared. If they are uber charged, they will just jump in the air, but whatever. So, what did we give this man? Nothing, so. But you see, here we have an engineer bot. Let's kill these guys though, because I accidentally made it wrong. Yeah, you will have to balance the mission. Oh, here it is. So it doesn't suck. Also, I think curtain buildings is broken, so that's why they're living after the engineer died. Whatever. So let's just do this again. Why am I even killing them by hand? I have fucking gun powers. So, you can see they... Oh, not here. Let's see the HP. See, this guy didn't die in one hit, meaning he has more than 150. The stock medic has. So basically, well, if you don't make the mission annoying as fuck like I did, it should work. Yep, see these tanks? They are fast, but they have low HP. Let's say fast. Yep, very low HP. And they are also low. And if you stand in front of these quick trains, or if they're fast enough, they should crash you. That was pretty nice here, right? So whatever. And here we should have, yeah, the rocket tanks. See? They're fine, so that concludes this. So I hope you enjoyed this bad tutorial. I just hope you got something out of it. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, I just want it to help in your mission creators, because like, it's pretty nice making missions, I must say. And also to send this to people. And if I send you this, hello, I swear this is not my voice in real life, so whatever. So anyways, that concludes this. If you have any issues, I will make further tutorials like troubleshooting and more, but I won't have time. And if you have any issues that like are temporary, just comment below. Okay. Good fucking bye.